I grabbed this small pallet that was all beat up. First thing, lay it out, and I've got to cut up these slats here. The best way to do it is to take my handsaw and go all the way down the edge right next to the nails. I'm going to do this to both sides. Then start popping the boards and the nails out. They come out actually pretty easy. All I need to do is just turn them around, start hammering on the nails on one side, and then I can use my claw hammer and pop every single one of those nails. Now this board is ready to go. The next thing is I want to use the actual braces, the big long 2x4 boards that are in there. I'm going to clip off all the wood here that's left over, and then I'm going to hammer these nails down. If I hammer and they start to bend, that's okay. I'm going for this rustic look, so I don't care if they bend over. I just want to hammer them flat. I'm going to take these and cut them into 20 inches. That's how tall I want my project to be. I can get 2 legs out of each one of these boards. Since I have 3 of them, I can make 6 legs. I'm also going to take the slats that I have and I'm going to slide one end of each end to make it a nice 90 degree. And then I'm going to lay out 3 of these legs and I'm going to take my smaller board first, cut to 35 inches. I'm going to put them on the edge there, right at the end, and I'm going to pre-drill and put a screw in. Pre-drill is going to keep that board from splitting right at the edge. I'm going to do this on both sides, and on these smaller ones, I'm just going to put 1 screw on each end. On the bigger board that goes on the top, that's going to get 2 because that's going to hold a little bit of weight. Once I make both of these sides, then I'm going to make them about 18 inches across. Put a board on the inside, and then once I got this little box, I'm going to cut all these boards again to 18 inches, and I'm going to set them all the way across. I love how this rustic look is already turning out. Using my brad nailer, I'm going to put them in place because the screws, too many of them, will again split the edge. So these brad nails will hold this down really good. Once I build that bottom shelf, it's time to take the bigger boards, 3 of them, and put them across the top and make sure they're spaced evenly. Again, going back to the brad nail, I can put those in and it actually is going to make it really strong. Once it's ready to go and I got plenty of brad nails in, I'm going to take it inside because guess where all those shoes are going? Right on the floor. But now I can set up this bench with a couple of pillows. It's a great place to store the shoes and the boots. Also a wonderful place to sit on and change my shoes. I think it turned out great and it can go outdoors. I hope this inspired you to build your own shoe holder out of a pallet.
You how to turn this stack of old pallets into an awesome outdoor sectional.
Start by measuring your space. We're using waterproof crib mattresses, so you'll build your couch around the crib mattress measurements. Cut the pallets using a circular saw. Be sure to watch out for nails. Cut all the way across, then flip over and cut the other side. After you've cut all the pallets, start stacking. We used a total of 12 pallets, cut to fit for our outdoor couch. Next, cut out the plywood fronts for your couch and the trim boards that will hold the mattresses in place. We don't have a table saw, so we used a circular saw with the Craig Rip Cut attachment. Use a nail gun to attach painted plywood fronts and trim board. This part's a lot easier if you have a second set of hands. Now that the couch is assembled, you can add the crib mattresses. Ours were shipped covered in plastic, so we left that on to make them extra waterproof. Cover the mattresses with fitted sheets. These are inexpensive and easy to throw in the washing machine. Lastly, decorate with throw pillows and enjoy with your favorite furry friend.
I grabbed a pallet, removed the boards on the backside, and marked the edges of the wood slats to match up flush with the center support board. I used a circular saw to cut the pallet in half lengthwise, but I wasn't able to get the boards completely flush, so I ended up using a jigsaw. I used 2 pieces of the extra support board and placed them vertically at the end of the pallet. I used a square to mark the angle to cut the leg in order for it to sit flush on the ground. I added a support board between the 2 legs for extra stability and added supports on either end of the opposite side of the pallet. I screwed them together and then added slats all the way to the top using a rough 2x4 to evenly space them all the way up. Now I have the most affordable patio chair that I can enjoy all season long. I hope this inspired you to create a DIY patio chair out of pallets.
For this project, we're going to grab us an old pallet. We need to cut a section of the pallet out, but we got to be careful we don't cut where there's any nails or screws. For these cuts, we got to use one of our saws. This is a skill saw. It makes good straight cuts. What we need to do is look at the side of the pallet, make sure we measure, we have the same overhang. It's 2 inches, so we're going to mark it on one side. We're going to take it over to the other side and mark the same 2 inches. Let's go ahead and grab a board and make a nice straight edge. This is going to be the line we cut on. Using the skill saw for this one, because it cuts straight, we're going to go right down the line. Don't forget to use some eye and ear protection anytime you're using a saw. Once we get it all the way cut through, we want to make sure that we get our area nice and clean, but we got to separate these units and we've got to turn them over. We've got 4 more boards on the back side to cut. So we're going to use the same 2 inches, mark a straight line, again, just matching with the one underneath. And this one, let's use a jigsaw. I want to demonstrate both different types of cutting tools. This jigsaw is easy for small projects and it goes right through. Go ahead and separate it, but don't throw it away. We'll need those boards. Take the section that we cut and we need to find the middle. That is how we're going to get our 2 ends perfectly aligned. Then we use a jigsaw, get it cut through, and separate those. These are going to be our sides. Now what we got to do is take that part that we cut off earlier and separated and remove some of the boards with the nails in them. They're very easy to do. I can just pull up on them and they come right off. Now you've got some nails in there though. We need to remove those. It's easy to do. Just go ahead and grab a hammer and you're just going to start tapping on the back side of the nail. Just keep going. Eventually it's going to give and push right through. Do that with both of the nails. Some of them might have 3 on them. Once you get them pushed through, grab the back of that hammer, which is called the claw, and give it a yank. You're going to pull that nail right out. Easy squeezy, not a problem. Save those boards and we're going to place them across the top of the 2 pieces we cut. Just go ahead and line them up, and as you can see, I alternated the boards with the nails so they're not all lined up together. This one took different boards, put it all on there. Then I used a nail gun just to put it in place. You can use a screw if you want, but this one works perfectly with a nail gun. I just lined them all up, get them nice, perfectly straight after putting the first and last board in, and then just use 1.5 inch little nails. Put them right in, and it makes a wonderful top for our furniture. This thing is going to be so strong, it doesn't take much to hold it together. And also because it's home talk, we've got to make something really nice and neat for this. So take a little bit extra, the boards that we have left over, and we're going to build a little bit of a shelf. And that's going to be for our bottom. Just line these little 9-inch boards up all along, again using the same nail gun that we have, and we're going to put it all together. This one is easy to do. I measured it just nice for the bottom, and look at this. It slides right in. We're not going to secure it because it's time to show you this final project. This is great for outdoor. It looks rustic, and it's great for cooking s'mores and making some hot chocolate, especially with that sliding shelf. I hope you guys enjoyed this project as much as I did making it. I hope this inspired you to build your own pallet or scrap wood furniture.